Hey, it's Issa with Journey to Programming. Let's talk about 5 tips to get you through your computer science degree. And let's go ahead and jump right in. So, number one, I always recommend that you learn how to prioritize ruthlessly. So, let's break this down into a few different questions or steps so you understand what I'm talking about. First of all, do you know what you currently spend your time doing outside of class or outside of studying? I mean, you're in college, so I assume you're either playing sports, hanging out with friends, or doing like club activities, etc. So figure out what it is that you're doing outside of your class time, outside of studying and focusing on tests, and come up with some sort of written schedule. Figure out how much time you're allocating to non-educational activities and begin prioritizing. Figure out what is the most efficient way to get your studies done and allow you to focus on your actual degree program, and then start cutting out the dead weight. So if you're spending too much time playing video games and not enough time studying, cut out some video game time. Spend more time on your degree program. If you are spending too much time partying, then you're going to have to cut it out and study some more. Instead of going out and partying on a Thursday night, spend some time working on your programming project, right? You are trying to go through a computer science degree, and it is a somewhat challenging coursework that you're going through. So you have to learn to prioritize your time ruthlessly. Having this skill will help you right now to get through your program, but it'll also help you later on when you become a professional and you need to learn how to prioritize your time at work or prioritize your time at home. Maybe 5-10 years from now, you're going to start working and you have a family. You need to learn how to prioritize your work time and your personal time so you have time to do the family things you want to do or the hobbies you want to go spend time on, right? Now, number 2, what I recommend is start your homework and projects early. This is kind of a recommendation that I should have taken earlier when I was in my undergraduate studies years ago. But listen to me now and take my recommendation and begin your homework and programming assignments early. You get an assignment from your professor. Go ahead and start thinking about it that week, that day. Just because it's not due for, let's say, 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe a month and a half because it's a semester-long project, or 3 months, it doesn't mean you should put it off for that whole time. Procrastination's not going to be your friend. It can help you come up with some creative solutions at the last moment, but it's not going to help you alleviate the stresses and increase your grades just because you've decided to procrastinate. Instead, start it early, start understanding what the assignment is. If you have questions about it, write them down and go ask your professor, ask your peers, not your colleagues, and then also go and ask it mentor time or TA sessions, right? So add it to your schedule. This all goes with prioritization. If you prioritize ruthlessly, you're going to have an idea of how much time you're spending on external things. You're going to start prioritizing more educational studies and project time, and then add in your homework and projects early and begin working on it. It's going to save you a lot of stress and headache later on. Number 3, let's say, ask questions and contribute to discussions. All of us tend to be a little bit shy. I won't say all of us. Most of us tend to be a little bit shy in computer science. We are not usually the ones that want to jump in the front of the class and do examples or answer a data structures question or algorithms questions on the board. We also don't tend to like asking a lot of questions. Learn to ask questions right now. You are a student, so it's expected that you're going to have questions about what you're studying. No one's going to be like, stop asking questions, John. Or no one's going to be stressed out about it. People may get a little annoyed because they don't want to be in class. It's college. People are going to whine because they're not there to work, but you're here to work. You're looking at this video. You're watching it because you want to figure out how to do the best possible kind of studying and outcome in your program right now. So don't worry about those people. Ask questions now. Your teachers are there to help. Their TAs are there to help. So use that. They want you to. So one of the other ways you can ask questions, if you are a little shyer in class, go to office hours. Almost all your professors have to offer office hours. When I was teaching at a college, I had to offer office hours. I think I had to offer 4 hours a week where students were able to come to me directly and ask me questions. So take advantage of that. Number 4, take on the hard courses that everyone else is afraid of. If there's something interesting, but you hear everybody else say, don't take that course because the professor's really hard, or it's a really difficult course and everybody fails it, or everybody gets C's and you're not going to be able to buff your GPA up. Think about this as whether or not you want to learn or challenge yourself to move up in your career. If you want to move up in your career after you've already been in the industry for a couple of years, so imagine you graduate, you start working, and you want to move up to a mid-level or a senior level developer position. If you want to do that, you have to take on challenges that other people don't want to. And starting to learn how to do that early is going to help you tremendously when you want to do that later on. You're going to develop confidence, you're going to develop the communication skills necessary, and you're going to be able to take on maybe unknowns that other people are afraid of or shy away from because you've already developed the skills that let you say, okay, this is an unknown kind of solution. This project requires us to do research, formulate some sort of rough idea or answer to the problem, and then present it, get feedback, take that feedback, and then develop a solution for it. So you're going to learn a lot of skills by taking on those harder courses. You're going to learn the grit and resolve required to get through them. And if you followed steps 1 through 3, you've learned to prioritize ruthlessly. You've begun focusing and planning out your schedules. And you've worked on your organization. You've begun doing your homework and projects early. And you've learned to ask questions. And you're not going to have a problem in these classes at all. Just go ahead. If you're interested in the class that everyone else says is really hard and recommends you not to take, if you have that interest, just sign up and take it. Don't be afraid of it. Number 5, let's see. Make friends, find mentorships, and tutor. You're in college. You're probably between the ages of like 17 and 22, 17 and 23. Take time now to develop friends with your peers, especially the other computer science students that are going through the pains and struggles with you. A lot of them are feeling the same doubts that you are. They're finding the same problems as challenging. So it's always great to develop friendships with your peers. Some of them may, within the next 5 to 10 years, become a leader of a large company. They may found a company as a CEO. They may kind of develop into a position where later on you may be able to network or use them as a resource. Now, make sure you find friends and keep them close. But out of those, make sure you make a good circle of friends that help support you. They're focused, they're hardworking. It's just going to be tremendously helpful to you over your life. Okay. Next, mentorships. Now, there's a few different types of mentorships you can take on as a student in college. Most colleges offer some sort of mentorship program. So take a look at your college, check out the clubs, and ask your teachers, see if there is a mentorship program that they recommend you can possibly jump into. That's usually a professional type mentorship program. So you're going to possibly be able to connect with someone that works in industry, and they may be able to mentor you. Maybe you guys could meet bi-weekly, maybe monthly, and you guys could discuss, hey, talk about how you're a student, how you're interested in getting into industry. What are the best ways to do that? Because they're professionals, they can give you tips and advice and really coach you and mentor you on how to kind of push on for the next few years. And even when you get into industry, some of these mentors become really close friends of yours. Now, the last thing is tutoring. First of all, if you need tutoring, get it. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. Everybody needs to ask questions, etc. Now, the other side of this is I highly recommend Once you've developed a little bit of confidence, begin tutoring. Now, you don't have to formally begin tutoring through your professors or through the campus, or you don't have to formally go become a TA, but those are great options. Talk to your professors if you're interested and see if you could be a tutor for them or a TA for one of their courses. The other option is find your peers that are interested in hardworking, find the ones that want to improve themselves and form study groups with them. Actually lead those study groups, set up the meetings weekly or bi-weekly, and reach out to everybody, get them to come, be an organizer, but also be the facilitator in that meeting so that you can help tutor those that have questions. And then also the ones that know an area that you may not can help you and tutor you. And you guys learn that cycle of providing feedback, helping others, etc. And you guys get to improve together. Those are my 5 tips for getting through your computer science program as a student. So again, that's prioritize ruthlessly. That's number 1. Number 2, start your homework and projects early. Number 3, ask questions and contribute to discussions. Number 4, don't be afraid to take on the hard courses or challenges. Number 5, make friends, take on mentorships, and tutor. If you're a student and you're listening to this, I hope you guys are doing well in your program. If you have any questions, feel free to post them below. And have a good one, you guys.